Bringing you the best in entertainment, entrepreneurship, business owners, the whole gamut. It's so exciting.
Absolute favorite.
Thank you so much, ladies. And I hope to see you on my set one day.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Renee Allen and Friends Show, right here on WLVS Radio, the largest online radio broadcast in the United States, across from none other than HBCU, Howard University. How good is that? Welcome again. Thank you for tuning in. We have to talk about Giselle. I met this wonderful, free, dynamic spirit at the Power Networking Conference. Dr. George C. Frazier. And it's the largest networking conference not in the world, but it's one of the top 5 according to Forbes magazine. And he's a man of color. This is for people of color, although all different types of people show up. It's for us to network and help each other to buy black and support black businesses, because we seem to be left behind so often. So I wanted to bring her because I met her, and she, you know how you walk into a room or somewhere and someone just really lights it up, or you're just drawn to them? This woman I was drawn to. Hey, girl! How are you?
Amazing.
Let me give it right back to you. Kiki, are you with me? How are you?
Incredible. Thank you so much for having me here.
You're so welcome. Tell them who you are and what you do.
Ooh, I am a thought leader, humbly. And I've come a long way to proudly say this to you, because I've gone through a journey. So at this point, my mission is to just elevate the human consciousness.
Yes. So tell me, when I met you, you were working with a gentleman and some other people, right? Are you still doing that? Or tell me a little bit of that, because that was so epic to me.
Thank you. I was flown out there and ultimately had the opportunity to record and create a video reel. And this is just a little glimpse of what I do. As you may know, I am a multipreneur, as what I call myself.
I love that. Come on, Belle.
These skill sets that I've acquired, essentially, first for me, I thought, why not provide them for my community? And now I'm able to do this. Opportunities just keep coming to me, and I'm just receiving at this point. And it's just elevating not only me, but those around me.
Yes. So what catapulted you into this dimension, this trajectory of what you're doing? I mean, because I know you've grown a lot and we've had some conversation. What was some of the key elements that really took you over to the next level?
This journey goes back about 4 or 5 years, where I was in the legal industry practicing. As much as I stood for justice, unfortunately, I didn't see it, and I just didn't resonate with it. I chose it for, I'll say, the wrong reasons, not knowing who I am. In my mind, as a Middle Eastern child, it was lawyer, doctor, engineer. So I chose law.
Come on, tell them, girl. Middle Eastern child. Come on now.
Really, it was just, the fear of acceptance from my parents. So I finally went into it realizing I am depressed. I'm not happy. And as much as I showed happiness to others, personally, I wasn't. So I went on the search of finding who I really am and what I want to do. But then also it led me to realizing, okay, well, whatever I end up doing, at that time, I didn't know how to invest. I didn't know how to properly save money. I'm like, why didn't anyone provide me with this? And then with that, it went into asking questions about my faith and going deep within to realize how powerful our minds really are. So it was really a self-discovery. Now, like I said, it's my mission to, as much as my community right now is filled with adults, I want to bring this message to the younger generation. Because I go through a lot of it without any guidance and just going through it alone and searching and seeking. And now, humbly, I'm surrounded by just a tribe of like-minded individuals that want to do the exact same thing, elevating the human consciousness.
Yes, ma'am. You said one of my favorite words, tribe. because we need that. We all need someone to lift us and to, support us and give us some love, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you tell anyone who's listening now or who will be viewing this video? What do you tell them to get out of depression if they're feeling that something's not quite right? What's the advice that you'd give them?
And it was a struggle for me personally because I am one that I'm a lover of people. So I was always surrounding myself with people. But the one thing that I had to do was really just sit with myself and be silent. And ultimately, in any scripture that you look, I am that I am will present itself to you.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Listen, well, I wanted to bring you on. I wanted people to know you. How do they get a hold of you? And then we're going to show you a part of your story, the video that we have to end the segment. But what is it that you want people to know?
I want them to know that they are powerful. They are able to do anything that their mind wants and any desire that they ultimately have within them. Make sure that you want it and it's not somebody else's dream.
Come on now.
And don't wait for a savior. Don't be that victim. Pick yourself up, dust off those shoulders, and start again.
Yes, ma'am.
Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and on every dimension possibly. Rise up, my kings and queens. You know who you really are. Just remain still and know I am that I am. Now, fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours.
Yes, ma'am.
You choose.
I love it. I love it, and I love you. I know it's a short segment. We'll have you back, but God bless you. You touched me out of 1,200 people. You touched me. You touched my heart, and I'm usually always on the run, so it's very rare for people to do that, but you really touched me, so I'm glad you had the time in your busy schedule. We've been running around for weeks, right, to come on this show, and we're going to just say your name one more time and how they can get a hold of you if you don't mind.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm finally going by my Farsi name. It's Azadeh Qasimi, but you may call me Gigi.
Gigi.
On Facebook right now, I'm in the midst of changing it. It is Soul Sister Gisela.
I love
it. And on Instagram is really easy. It's just Soul Sister G. Reach out to me. Anybody that wants any sort of guidance, I am giving 33 minutes of my time just freely to be able to elevate you in any way and guide you. And if I personally can do it with my own skill sets, absolutely I will. Otherwise, I am resourceful and will guide you towards somebody else within my community.
Thank you, Gigi. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to show a little bit of your story, and I'll be in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Blessings.
Thank
you. It's an honor.
My Farsi name is Ghazaleh Qasimi, and this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I like to take a few minutes to sit right there. I'll tell you how I became known as Soul Sister G, who inspires to help you become aware. North Oshawa was where I was raised. A carefree child who pretended to sing and act is how I spent most of my days. Band and art class is all I liked in school, but to take on a career in that field, I thought my parents would surely see me as a fool. When I got to high school, I felt misunderstood. As a Middle Easterner, I was conditioned to think that I only had a few options as a career in adulthood, to become a lawyer, a doctor, or engineer. Back then, I didn't care for math and science the same way. I chose to be a lawyer. I knew my parents would approve it, for this would be a path to success. Some could even say it was a ticket to greater things ahead. Looking back, it helped develop me, but it was hard getting out of bed. Is this how it's gonna feel like? That's not alright. For goodness sakes, I was blessed to be walking distance from my school, but I had no motivation or desire in me to use these courses as a tool. Now during this time, I was inspired to take action to pursue fashion. I guess you could say I loved seeing the transformation. I felt like a blank canvas, ready to be turned into an artist's masterpiece. But I was refused. Something that I loved so deeply somehow took away my peace. I was refused by my worrisome parents. To be honest, their fear didn't stop me. I knew my intentions were pure. I was confident I was able to get them to agree. I eased them into it by dabbling in Bollywood themed roles. Surely I knew I had different final goals. I thought they would approve of these conservative looks, but instead they kept thinking it would take me away from the textbooks. I don't think it did. I somehow managed to balance it. been 7 years since my first photo shoot, and I can humbly say that I've become a model for editorials, runways, YouTube videos, and there's even more. Opportunities came about when I reached out. They thought my skills were on point, my value was recognized, and opportunities just arise. The relationships I've built have made me a fashion coordinator, creative director, and even a co-host. And yes, I've acted too, but no, it wasn't just out of the blue. Time is what's required, lots of patience and hard work, so I can't say I'm surprised. But let me tell you a secret. As much as I adore fashion, I can't say it's my passion. Perhaps growing up it was, but back then, I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware of the endless possibilities that this universe has provided us, especially to offer one another. And yes, maybe my ego was so high that I didn't sit and reflect on how I may serve others. But today, human potential is where my heart is at. The importance of your mindset and choosing to think, speak, and act consciously is what I want to share, and I will make a pact. As the best version of myself, I will share my insight with the world. But most importantly, the younger generation's lives is who I'm going to impact. Because of the persistence of being true to myself, I've obtained the peace that I've always longed for, and working and being mentored by incredible like-minded community leaders. All of this has led me to the world of personal and professional development, utilizing all my skills to work with incredible people. I now understand that my consciousness chose this body to reside in for a reason, to be of influence, even if my story touches one person's life, giving them the hope that anything is possible. But first, put your fear aside, and with that burning desire within you, take a leap of faith to decide, and know that your soul sister G is here to guide you. Thank you.